guiding you through a practice that's all around increasing the mobility and flexibility of our spine. So improving our spinal health can be done by moving our spine in all different ranges of motion, and as well as strengthening up the muscles of our back. So today we want to get some back bends in, just gentle, nothing too crazy. We'll get some side bending in to open up the sideline of our bodies, as well as a little bit of gentle twisting. So we'll move our spine in multiple ranges of motion. This practice is something that I really like to incorporate into my routine when I feel like my back might just be a little bit stiff. Or if I'm feeling a little tired, back bends and spinal opening are really great ways to help improve your energy as well. And it's going to be so important to incorporate into our practice if we're doing strength training, right? Because a healthy spine is so important when we're lifting heavier weights. So we're going to start in a seat. Option to use a block here. There's going to be a couple opportunities where this block might come in handy. If you don't have a block, sometimes a pillow or even like a water bottle can serve as a purpose to use instead of a block. In the case of where we're starting in this seat, if it doesn't feel good on your knees to sit your hips back on your heels, you might take that block or perhaps a pillow if you have one handy, and you might slide it underneath your hip. So right between your ankles, you can sit back onto that block. Just an option if it feels good to sit down on your ankles, keep that. And then we're gonna find a seat. So sit up nice and tall, bring your hands to your heart, just layer one on top of the other, and then close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Otherwise, if your eyes stay open, just try to soften your gaze. I want you to sit up really tall. Allow your shoulders to soften back away from your ears. Knit your ribs in, and then just find a couple breaths here. So nothing particularly special about this breathing. I want you to just be a little bit more aware of your breath, and perhaps try to lengthen your breath a little longer than you do as you move throughout the rest of your day. Just breathing with a little bit more intention. As you find these breaths, see if you can soften your shoulders down. Relax your ears, or your shoulders away from your ears rather. And let's just find a few breaths together. So inhale deeply, fill up from your belly, all the way up through the top of your lungs. And then open your mouth, exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, breathe in deeply. Sit really tall to allow more space. And then open your mouth, exhale. Use your belly to push all that breath out. 1 more time, big breath in. You can seal your lips. Turn on your Ujjayi breath if you practice with that. It's just a little constriction at the back of the throat. If not, just find that longer, more intentional breath. Blink your eyes open. Then inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Reach up and feel your spine getting a little longer, a little taller. Take a 1 more breath in, reach. Exhale, right finger's gonna drape down to the right side. Maybe fingers touch the floor, or if you can't quite reach that direction. Your left arm reaches up towards the sky, and then you're gonna tilt up and over to the right. So you can start to lengthen your left side. You now push your left hip bone down into the floor, or into your block or your heel. And so you can open up a little bit deeper from your left hip through your left armpit, maybe even through the outside of your arm. Maybe turn your gaze underneath your left armpit. Stay here, big breath in. And then gentle twist, left hand comes to the outside of your right knee. Right hand slides behind you. It might root down into the floor, or if you're higher on your block and you can't quite reach, hand can come to sacrum. And then we'll inhale, sit up a little taller. Exhale, twist all the way towards the right. Your right shoulder is drawn back and down. You're gazing over your right shoulder. Take 1 more breath in, 1 more breath out. Unwind through center. Inhale, arms up to the sky. And then switch, side bend left side. So left arm comes down. Inhale up a little higher through right fingers, and then take it over to the left side. Right hip anchors down. Right side waist opens up. Turn your gaze under your right armpit. Stay here, breath in. Exhale, twist. Right hand to the outside of your left knee. Slide your left hand behind you. Sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. And again, left hand might be to floor, it might come to sacrum. Roll your shoulders back. Take 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Unwind center. Inhale, arms to sky. And then exhale, find a tabletop. So hands are gonna come underneath your shoulders, knees under hips. If you have a block, slide it off to the side. You can kind of stack your joints here. We're gonna find a few rounds of cat-cow. So on your inhale, your cow spine is gonna be a little back bend. So belly drops down, tailbone points up, chin looks up. And then on your exhale, push the floor away, round your back, tuck your chin towards your chest. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, find your cow, belly drops, open your chest as collarbones drop forward. Exhale, pull your belly up and in as you push the floor away. And 1 more time. Inhale, try to keep a little soft bend into your elbows. I tend to lock right out, so try to keep them soft. And then exhale, push the floor away, really hug belly up and in. We'll come back to neutral spine. Tuck your toes under, first downward facing dog. So I like to think of a down dog kind of like a home base, right? So in this, I want you to feel cozy. I want you to get comfortable. So this first down dog, kind of start to pedal your feet out if that's what feels good to you. I kind of like to wiggle my hips side to side too, so you get a little bit of that rotation. But go with whatever your body's craving here. If you have a little ritual you like to take in your down dog. The idea here is we're just kind of working to lengthen the backside. So long hamstrings, right? You can have a little soft bend in your knees as you need to. And the tail draws up towards the sky. I'm pushing into my knuckles as well as the fingertips of my hands. And I'm pushing the floor away and then hugging in through my armpits just a little bit to get a little lat activation. So this should not be a total rest. We should be active here. From this, we're gonna inhale, heels up high, and roll forward to just a moment in a plank. We're gonna do what I'm calling a body roll. So as soon as you hit that plank, bend your knees, hover them right above your mat, pull your hips back and up to your down dog. We'll do that 2 more times. So we're gonna lift heels up, roll forward, hit your plank for just a moment, and then hover your knees, draw your hips back, down dog. 1 more time, 1 vertebrae at a time. Try to really take it step by step here. Knees bend and hover, hips pull back, down dog. Settle into that. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. 3-legged dog, right leg to sky. Inhale, right leg floats up. And then bend your knee. Kick your heel to your booty and then point your right knee towards the right. Open your hips up. You might feel your left hamstring, inner thigh open a little bit here too. We're gonna start to circle this. So now bring your right knee towards your belly button and then circle that right knee open and around. And do that again. Draw your knee in towards your belly button, circle it open and around. 1 last time, pull it in, big circle open, hold it open, and maybe gaze underneath your right shoulder. It's okay if your hips come out of square here. And then inhale, 3-legged dog, square your body off. 1 time, exhale, knee to nose. Hug your knee in towards your nose, round your back up. Inhale, extend out long. Lizard lunge. Exhale, right foot to the outside of your right palm. Try to gently land it down. You'll lower your left knee down. If the floor feels uncomfortable on your knee, feel free to find a blanket or that cushion or anything that's a little softer. You can put it underneath your knee. Okay? From here, inner thighs hug in towards each other, a little squeeze of your belly so we're not just collapsing into our hips. And then start to reach your right arm forward. I'm gonna take a big arm circle to open up the chest and the shoulders. So right arm, inhales forward. Exhale is gonna bring it up and around, and then sweep it down the edge of your mat to the right side. Do that again. So we'll inhale and reach, circle to the left, and then broaden open your chest towards the sky. Exhale, sweep it along that side edge. This last time, we're just gonna hold it up towards the sky. So here, we're opening the chest, right? A gentle twist through our back, and then squeeze inner thighs in towards each other. You can stay right here, or even rest your hand on your thigh. If you'd like a quad stretch, you can reach your right arm back and pick up your back left foot, drawing the heel towards your booty. Elbows still stay soft here, and again, hug inner thighs in. If you want the quad stretch, but you can't quite reach your foot, find your block and place it underneath your left hand. It might need to be on that lowest level or the second level. And then that way, it's gonna give you a little more elevation to lift that you might be able to grab your back foot. Okay? And then find your very best stretch right here, what feels good to you. Take one more breath in. And then on your exhale, gently release your back foot if you have it. You can push your block off to the side. And then tuck left toes under. Pick up your left knee. We're going to step forward into a somewhat wide forward fold for a ragdoll. Grab for opposite elbows. Head hangs heavy. Knees have at least a little soft bend, maybe even more if that feels good. And then start to sway side to side. You maybe shake your head. Allow for length in the back side of your body. Okay, the straighter your legs, the more hamstring stretch. The bigger the bend of the knees, the more back relief. So one more big breath in. Then exhale, release your arms. Toe heel your feet in, about hip distance apart, and then roll your spine up to stand. Shrug your shoulders into your ears at the top. Roll them back and down. And then inhale, arms up to sky, reach up really tall. Let's get a little deeper into side waist. So right fingers wrap around your left wrist. You're gonna pull up first, and then tip over to the right side. Push your left hip to the left. Maybe gaze underneath your left armpit here. Keep pulling on your left wrist. Keep pushing your left hip to the side. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, pulls you back up tall. Release your grip. Inhale, arms long. Switch sides. Left hand grips your right wrist. Inhale again. First, lift up. And then tip over to your left. Bump your right hip to the right. Maybe gaze underneath your right armpit. Stay here. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Exhale brings you back up. Release your grip. Fingers up, up, up to sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. And then halfway lift. Inhale, fingertips find your shins. Spine goes long. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, fingertips to shins. Spine goes long. Keep the back of your neck long. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your hands, step your feet back. And then in your downward facing dog, let's take one body roll. So we're gonna lift heels up, roll your spine forward, find that strong plank, and then pull your hips back, downward facing dog. Now this time, let's just find our plank. Heels up, roll forward, find your plank. Moment here, push the floor away from you. Hug your arms in towards each other. Back and neck long, butt squeezes, belly in, lots of stuff happening right here. And then roll onto your tippy toes. Lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Baby cobra. Tops of feet push down. Inhale, pull your heart forward, elbows drop back. Exhale, lower about halfway. Two more times, warming up the backside body. Inhale, peel your chest up, push your feet down from your thighs. Lower down halfway. One more time. Inhale, chest up. Maybe this time hands hover. They lighten up off the floor. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower. Good. And then push yourself back to child's pose. Just as a transition, just a moment, maybe shake your hips out. And roll your spine up. I'm going to scoot a little bit more towards the center of my mat. Baby camel is where we're going to go. So for baby camel, bring your hands behind you, right? Just a little off to the side. I tend to turn my fingers out here, but go with the rotation of your wrists that feels good in your body, okay? And then tent your fingers. Okay? From there, elbows hug back behind you, soft elbows. Push your heart forward, okay? And feel like your shoulder blades are trying to push through your chest, right? They're squeezing in and pushing forward. And then heart opens up. You might stay right here. This feels like a good opening, stay. Otherwise, tuck your tailbone under. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your belly, push your hips up to baby camel. You should feel an opening through the front of the chest, your shoulders, maybe even into your biceps here. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. Then lower your hips down. Tabletop, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, pull your hips up and back. You might take a quick little pedal out here before we move into side two. So settle back into your down dog shape. This time, three-legged dog left side. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Kick your heel towards your booty. And then point your knee open to the left. Right? Feeling that opening coming into your hip, into your hamstring. And then start to circle this out. Bring your left knee into your chest. Circle out and around. And do that two more times. Circle it forward into your chest. Open it around to the side. And one more time, circle it in. Open it up and hold it open. Maybe turn gaze under left shoulder. Let your shoulders come a little out of that square position. That's okay. And then next breath in. Lengthen your legs. Square your body back. One time, exhale, knee to nose. Round your spine. Inhale, extend your leg long. Exhale, wide lizard. Left foot to the outside of left palm, landed down gentle. Right knee lowers down. Let's find our arm circles. Left arm reaches forward. Inhale to circle it open to the right. Broaden your chest to the sky, and then let it drape down the left side. Do that again. Inhale, open up. Little hug of inner thighs towards each other still. Exhale, sweep down along the left. Last time, we're just gonna open to the sky. So broaden open, elbow soft. Push into that right hand on the floor. So you reach open and back. You might stay here, or hand might find your thigh. Or quad stretch, you can grab for your back foot, hug your heel in towards your booty, and then again, hug inner thighs. All right, try not to collapse your hips all the way down. Just kind of zip them up. Feel free to use your block underneath your right hand if you need to. And then find your depth of this stretch here. So open chest up. Breathe into a nice big breath in. Big breath out. Gentle release your back foot. Bring your hand back to the floor. Tuck right toes, lift right knee. Step forward, we're gonna go right into about hip distance apart with our feet. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward folds. Good. And then this time, halfway lift, long flat back. Keep your spine long for a moment. Bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers in whatever grip feels most natural. And then start to hug your elbows back into each other. Push your knuckles away as your arms lift up. And then drape forward, forward fold with a shoulder raise. And let your head hang. Knees can have a little soft bend. Here we're opening up the front of the chest, opening up the shoulders. Try to keep elbows in that soft little bend. One more inhale. And then exhale, gently release your arms down. Inhale to halfway lift, long flat back. Exhale, forward folds. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up, fingers towards the sky. Swan dive takes you right back down. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Hands plant down, feet step back. We're gonna start from this down dog shape. We're gonna inhale, heels high, roll forward, find that plank shape. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra. Rise up through your chest, tops of feet press down. Exhale, lower down. Good, we're gonna stay right here. Okay, I'm gonna have you bring your fingers right back behind your back. Okay, interlace them with the awkward grip on top, whatever feels less natural. And then from here, pull your elbows back, peel your arms up, start to lift your chest up, lift your feet, your thighs up, opening whole front side body. Keep on squeezing back, opening up. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, lower down. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, pick your thighs up. You can push up to tabletop or in one piece up to your high plank. And then pull your hips right back, downward facing dog. Maybe a little pedal out of your feet. Take a nice big full breath in. Big full breath out. And just one more quick little piece on either side. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, round forward. Inhale, extend. Wide lizard. Exhale, right foot to the outside of your hand. And then just open your right arm up to the sky. Broad and open through this twist. Soft elbows. Take a big breath in. And exhale, right hand plants right back down. We're just gonna step right into plank. Right foot steps back. Find that strong plank. And then this time, option to vinyasa through that same cobra or come to tippy toes. You might chaturanga, lowering down just halfway. Elbows grazing by your ribs, shoulders come just to the height of your elbows. You'll inhale to upward facing dog, soft elbows once again, heart pulls through, thighs are floating off the floor. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg floats up. Exhale, knee to nose, round in. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, step it wide, outside of your left hand. Inhale, left arm to the sky, open twist. Good. And then exhale, plant your left hand right back down. Step back, find your plank, vinyasa of your choice. So you might go cobra like we did to start. You might chaturanga just halfway down. Inhale through your up dog. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Come forward into your plank for just a moment. Bend your knees, land them down on the floor. Sit your hips back. We'll finish today with our floating baby cobra. It's kind of more of a dynamic movement that's kind of combining all this spinal movement that we've done so far. So for this, if you need to sit on your block, feel free to place your block or your cushion underneath your hips. I'm going to start by tenting the right hand behind you off to the side gently. Your left arm is going to sweep over to the right. It's going to come back as you do so, pushing your right fingers, push your hips up and forward, left arm reaches back. And we'll come out of this the same way. Hips come down, now left arm sweeps all the way across to the other side. It tents down, right arm comes up and pushes hips forward, opens the front side of the body, and we're just gonna move with breath, side to side. So plant right fingers down, hips forward, open up through the left side, and then come right back down. And you can keep flowing through this as much as feels good in your body. We're getting a little bit of a twist, little side body opening, as well as that back bend. So it's gonna move your spine in all different directions. If it doesn't feel good to lift your hips up, we can just take a little lean back, keeping the hips down as you flow side to side. Totally up to you. And when you feel like you've gotten a good number of those and your body's feeling good, we'll find a seat. And feel free to find your block underneath your hips. We'll just reconnect to our bodies, to our breath. So just like you started your practice today, take a seat, bring your hands to your heart, maybe close your eyes. And again, just feel your heart beating underneath your hands, maybe a little faster beating this time. And find a few breaths to let that soften and slow.